Who is Okay, so from last week, remember that we did some figure drawing. So just review that for a second. Remember that we started with the line of action. So we start with the line of action. For those who are new or didn't come last week, this is just quick review. So we start with this line of action, and then we create the torso. Yes, okay, okay. And then from there, we make some lines to create the shape of our, what's that called? Arms and legs. So that would be off the page, just quick review. And then we add all the joints. So they're here for the knee. And then we can connect everything together. So if you weren't here, that's how we created figures last week. So this week, we're doing the same thing. It's a continuation of last week, but the poses are, I think, a little bit trickier. So we'll start with the easier one. If you are here, we'll just give everybody a second here to grab a pencil and eraser. And I will be using colored pencils as well to show you how to draw the figure. So this is our first figure for today. So you can take a picture if you want or need. And we'll just give everybody a second to do so. And then we can start to draw out the figure. Okay, so for this figure, let's see if I can pop this thing out. Our line of action is gonna be kind of like, oh, are you working? Use a highlighter. Our line of action is going to be like this. So her spine, again, line of action is where you can almost think of it as where the spine is aligning. So if the person is sitting in a strange way, then the spine, you just sort of imagine how it's gonna look if you just think about the skeleton of the person. So this person's something like this. Okay, and then her torso is here. So again, we show this in triangle. Her pelvis is something like this here. So the main figure is like this, and then you would add all the other limbs. So I'll just show you quickly what this might look like. So I'll show you very quickly. You can see. And then I'll show you what this looks like without the picture. So let's turn our page this way. Okay. Okay, so you have your line of action. So we just create that. Something like this. And then you want to create the shape of the body. So you have your triangles. And the other one tilts up because she's sitting down. If it helps, you can create the line first for the pelvis. So you can do it like this. Okay, and then you want to add some lines for your limbs. So think about the legs. The leg will follow here. And the other one will start further away. So over here. Actually, I think this one will extend, it will extend down longer than your arm, which is mostly just a straight line, slightly curved to the right. And the other arm, we can't see it, so we don't need to draw it. And of course, your head here, your head is tucked into the chest a little bit. And then I'm going to start adding in all the joints. And then I can start connecting the body. So shoulder would normally be here. And then you can make shovels if you want for the hands. So this is a line for where my knuckles are. And for my feet, they're gonna be also just triangles. Okay, so today I think I'm gonna go with, let's do this color. This color is fun. Now I will begin and connect everything. You can start with the torso. Yeah, you don't need to really worry about the fingers, but you can kind of put them in there. Excuse me. You can give her the chest. And the leg. So we're doing this leg right here. And it cuts across most of the body. If you want, you can add in this person's shirt. And the other leg here is behind. And the head here. I think this color might be a little bit hard to see. I might outline it in a darker one for you guys. And then don't worry about the face or anything. We outline this in this one, indigo blue. And when I'm doing my outline this time, I'm actually gonna add the fold of the fabric here. And this is why when we do figure drawing, the figure is often not closed because clothes are really hard to draw. So if you are drawing clothes, I just show you, you just follow the shape of the body. So if this arm curves this way, then your clothes are also going to curve that way. And they're going to be a little bit wrinkled so it's not smooth. So that's how we would draw a clothed sleeve. I'll show you how to do the rest of the clothes here. Okay, so the back is mostly straight, looks like. if you see here, there's some very light folds of the clothes. So you can just mark all of these areas out. And notice how they go the same direction as this line of the torso. So now you can see it's actually really hard to capture a person. If they're wearing a lot of clothes, it's actually easier if they're not, because or else the wrinkles make it confusing. And then this joint here would be the ankle. And this joint is the ankle. So you see where that ball is. And then you can, carve out the face, do whatever you like with this. But mainly we are just learning how to construct the human body. So we'll take a little break for everyone to get caught up, but now you can see the figures wearing a lot of clothes are harder to draw. Last week we did pretty minimally covered figures, but this week we have figures wearing quite a lot of clothing, so it's trickier to capture the form. I think the trickiest part of figure drawing is learning where and how big the proportions are. But the more you practice, the easier that it gets. Okay, so everyone can, you can pick your time to finish this one. But in a couple of minutes here, we will move on to the next figure. Next one will be the same. So we'll start with the same structure and we'll move on from there. Let's do this one. This one's rather interesting. So our next figure is this one. A little bit interesting, right? So you can take a picture or you can just follow along. You give everybody a couple seconds or minutes to do that. Okay, let's get started with this one. So I'm going to flip my page vertically again, so this way. And this time, we are going to do the same process. So we're taking a look at line of action, but this time I'm going to do it quite quickly. Nope, that's not it. There we go. So line of action, first instinct, where is the spine going? Curved, it's kind of like this. And shoulders, pelvis is here. So you can see very quickly this time I've marked out where everything is going to be. And then we can translate that onto our page. So we'll start here. Shoulders. And then the pelvis is here. Okay, so now we can start to mark out where everything is going to be. I think this one is a little more dramatic to the side. Okay, so we have our leg. This one curves down. Like this. And this one as well kind of follows the other one. And the shoulders are across. Hands can be sort of shovels. So you know that they're there. And your head is tilting a lot to this side. So it's gonna be a circle, easier. A circle like this, and the chin. And then the side of the neck is gonna be quite dramatic. Okay. And now I get to add in my joints, knee. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. The foot. The other one is quite high, so knee. They're almost touching the two knees. Elbow, elbows, hand. And the foot is interesting here, so follow me here. It's going to look like this. And the reason why is because it's foreshortened. We're seeing it from the front angle, so we don't actually see a lot of it. So that's why it looks kind of funky. Same with the other foot. You will see more of the other foot though, just because it is in the front like this. This might be too high, but that's all right. Okay, this time I'm gonna use brown to start attaching or actually drawing out the figure. So I'm gonna start here at the torso area. Maybe this is red. This is actually quite red, not brown. You can use the joint here to guide your drawing of the knee. And then we'll do the arms. So the arms are a little bit confusing, but let's start with the one that's on top. That will make it a little bit easier. Excuse me. And then for the hand, you can leave it as a shovel, or you can try to draw the fingers out. It will be a lot easier if you just if you leave it as a shovel though. So you get something like that. I don't want this 9. And of course, you don't have to give them a mask. Just leave it. You can just leave their head empty. So we'll just give everybody a little bit more time with this one, and then we will move on to the next one. I think the next one is the hardest for this. So most of this that shows that the leg is behind is in the shading and not in the outline. Okay, so our next one is going to be the hardest one so far. But our next one here is going to be tricky just because the clothing and the position of the figure. So feel free to take a picture or you can just follow along. Okay, so for this one, I'll show everyone first what is happening with the figure. So this line of action is curved. So if we start at the head, it's actually looking like, let me see if I can get a thicker one. So it's actually very curved. Or if we redo that, almost like this type of shape. Then I can show you quickly what is happening with the torso. So the shoulders are actually here. So I can show you that the shoulders are actually curved like this. So how do we draw that? Well, you can just draw it as a whole. So understand that the shoulder is here, but you can create your triangle as always. And then your pelvis is here. So the whole body is like very condensed. It's a little bit confusing. And then I can show you on our page here. Oops, that's not, go away. Okay. So your line of action is a little bit funny this time. It's kind of like that. And then you can do your shoulder. Your shoulder would be more like this actually. It's a kind of a funny shape. But we will add that in. So his body is very condensed. Okay, the head is very interesting in this case. So you're just gonna draw a circle on top. So your head is up here somewhere. And then you want to mark out your legs. So your legs, I'll do this one quite slowly. You have two legs. You have one coming down and you have one curving up. So it doesn't matter which one you do first. I think this one actually comes over more. And then your arms. So one tucked kind of behind, comes up here. Again, you can shovel the arm. And then one follows the body. So this one's a little bit strange. The shoulder joint here. So this one actually is tucked alongside the body and it holds onto this fabric where the leg is. So if you see this line. And then the hand this time is what kind of shape is this? It looks like a pizza slice. Okay. And at this point, you can add in the joints. So the shoulder, this one is going to be here. And the hand, you don't really need to add it. So this is a little bit confusing. So the little joint is for this foot, and the big one is for that knee. And you can sketch out the feet if you want around that joint, or just put in a triangle. So you see how this shape is just a triangle? And we'll deal with the head later in a different color. But you can mark out where the eyes are going to be, and I will say they're quite low. So they're going to be somewhere along this line. So take a minute, add in your joints for this figure. And then we will connect everything together. Okay, so for the sake of time, let's start doing this. I'm gonna do two colors to show you guys. I'm gonna use the lighter color to do the body and then the darker color to make the clothes after. So let's do the body structure first. Where to start? This is a little bit all confusing, so maybe we will start with the torso, as always. So I know that this right here is my shoulder joint. And it's even trickier because we can't actually see the person. We can't really see what the body is doing. But if I'm gonna make a guess, then it'll be my best guess. So for the hair, I'm just drawing a center line. So this is the line where her hair splits. And then I'm just gonna sort of sketch out the hair. So this hair goes over somewhere over there. This one splits over here. And it goes down here, does whatever. Yeah, you don't worry too much about it. For fingers, you can try to add them or you can leave them as shovels. My best guess is this leg curves around like this. So she's crouched. My best guess is something like this, and then the top of her body is like that. The parts that are covered, you don't actually have to draw down. I'm just doing that to show you guys what it would look like. I think my leg is too long, but you know what? It's okay. I'm just gonna erase some of these lines. It's very messy. So for this one, you don't have to draw a face because this girl has a lot of hair. So give everybody just a few moments to get caught up here. Okay, now we can add in the actual fabric. Okay, so the fabric starts, I think, up here. And it cuts across her head, or what is this? Her chest. And then from where her hand is, you can sort of branch out the fabric. So that's where she's holding it. So the fabric, you can see, adds a whole element of a different difficulty. So then it's its own thing. So this is really confusing. I'm actually going to start shading in some of the fabric here. So if you want, go ahead and you can shade in all this fabric so it's not as confusing to look at. Okay, so right now I'm just coloring in some of the hair so that you guys can see the rest of the figure. Okay, so I think that will be the end of the tutorial today. Let's see. What else? I just really wanted to show everybody how to separate the clothes from the person and how to structure the figure. Oops. The figure if there are clothes or fabric or something on it. So hopefully you learned something new. If you want to show your work, then you can do that right now. Once I turn on my gallery. So if you just want to pan the camera over to your work or just hold it up, that would be awesome.
I give up on the cough.
The cloth, it is very tricky, right?
Yeah,
This
it's
one,
very hard. Yeah.
yeah, that's why all the models you usually draw are completely just no clothes. Because this is a new, it's almost like a new skill.
Yeah, when there's no cloth, then I can see the figure. But once I draw the cloth in, it's such a mess.
It's hard. It's really tricky, but I'm very glad you guys are trying that because you can actually what you can do is if you bring out pictures of like maybe your grandkids or I don't know, just some random people, you can actually start to apply the same concept to drawing them. So you just structure it the same way. And then when you practice, you'll get really good at it. But this is very tricky. The hardest part is like the clothing, the hands, and probably the face. The faces are really hard. Yeah. Okay. Good job, everybody. Thank you for coming today. So next week, I'm not sure what we're doing yet. We might continue in this realm of portraiture or what's this called? Figure drawing. We might take a look at drawing hands. That might be interesting.
Yeah.
Drawing hands or drawing feet.
Yeah.
This
Drawing hands is
really, it's really hard for people. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll do that.
Okay.
And then we'll see you everyone next week. Have a great week.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
I think I learned so much.
Thank you. Bye.